You think you know Arizona. You think it's just a big hole in the ground, a few cowboys, and heat that melts your shoes. Well, stop. Because the real Arizona is hiding a ghost town that isn't dead, a forest that floats in the sky, and a highway so desolate that if you break down, you're on your own. Welcome back to the World Blueprint. Today, we are decoding the Grand Canyon State. I've scoured local archives and listened to the people who actually live here to bring you 50 facts that sound fake, but are 100% true. Stick around until the end for a bonus fact about an animal you'd associate with the Sahara. Let's start the countdown. This is 50 Arizona facts from the ground up. Kicking off at 50, the Verde Valley. People drive through here for the views, but they don't realize they are driving on the bottom of an ancient lake. Millions of years ago, this was the Verde Lake, which deposited hundreds of feet of white and red carbonate that gives the valley that striking, layered look today. Number 49. Everyone goes to the Grand Canyon, but the locals know about Sycamore Canyon. It stretches 21 miles long and 7 miles wide. It's often dubbed the Little Grand Canyon. But unlike its big brother, it's a designated wilderness area, meaning no paved roads, no crowds, just raw Arizona geology. At 48, we have the Painted Desert. We aren't just using colorful adjectives here. The Badlands in northern Arizona literally look like a watercolor painting. It's vast, silent, and features stratified layers of lavender, red, and orange rock that shift colors as the sun sets. 47. You've seen it in every Western movie ever made. Monument Valley. But here is the thing. Most people just look at the pictures. This is sacred Navajo land. Those mittens and buttes aren't just rocks. They are iconic sculptures of sandstone that rise up to 1,000 feet above the valley floor. You can't just wander off-road here. You need a guide, and you need respect. 46. Speaking of Navajo land, Antelope Canyon. You simply cannot leave this off the list. It is a slot canyon formed by flash flooding eroding the sandstone. It is arguably the most photographed slot canyon in the world. But heads up, you cannot enter without a tour guide. It is dangerous, tight, and absolutely mesmerizing. Fact 45. A deep cut for the explorers. The Royal Arch. It's a natural sandstone arch in the Grand Canyon that stands over 170 feet tall. But good luck seeing it. It is rarely visited because getting there requires a brutal trek. It's one of Arizona's best-kept secrets. 44. Let's talk about endurance. The village of Oribe on the Hopi Reservation. This isn't a museum. People live here. In fact, it is considered one of the longest continuously inhabited communities in the entire United States, dating back to before the year 1100. That is older than the Aztecs. 43. Arizona famously does not observe daylight savings time. We don't need more sun, we have plenty. However, the Navajo Nation does observe it. Why? Because the reservation spans across Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. To keep time consistent across the whole nation, they change their clocks. So, driving across northern Arizona in the summer means you are basically time traveling back and forth. 42. While we are on the Navajo Nation, the Navajo Code Talkers. During World War II, the U.S. Marines used the Navajo language to develop an unbreakable code. It remains the only military code in modern history never to be deciphered by the enemy. 41. Sedona isn't just for spiritual vortexes. The Red Rocks were a favorite filming location for Hollywood's golden age. Even Elvis Presley loved it here. The movie Stay Away Joe was filmed right among those iconic red buttes. Locals still talk about Elvis sightings from back in the day. 40. Jerome. This was a copper mining camp that grew to a city, then became a ghost town, and then sprang back to life. It is literally clinging to the side of Cleopatra Hill. Buildings have slid down the slope over the years. It's now a haven for artists and history buffs who don't mind a town that sits at a 30-degree angle. 39. Let's correct a major myth. Tombstone is not a ghost town. It is very much alive with a permanent population of over 1,000 people. Sure, they replay the OK Corral shootout for tourists, but real people live, work, and pay taxes in the town too tough to die. 38. Down south, we have Bisbee, famous for the Copper Queen mine and the lavender pit. But did you know Bisbee turquoise is famous worldwide for its hardness and striking blue color? It's a byproduct of the copper mines and is some of the most valuable turquoise on the market. 37. Let's talk military. Fort Huachuca. Many sources claim it closed down, but that's wrong. Aside from brief pauses in the 40s and 50s, it has been an active military post from 1877 all the way to present day. It's a cornerstone of U.S. Army intelligence. 36. Speaking of military, you cannot ignore Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Tucson. It is huge. It is also home to the Boneyard, the largest aircraft storage and preservation facility in the world. Thousands of retired military aircraft sit in the dry desert heat, waiting to be scrapped or salvaged. It is a sight you have to see to believe. 35. Arizona is the astronomy capital of the world. Kitt Peak National Observatory hosts the largest collection of optical telescopes in the world. The clear desert air and strict light pollution laws make this the best place on Earth to look at the stars. 34. But it's not just Kitt Peak. Mount Graham is home to the Large Binocular Telescope, one of the most advanced in the world. But it's also a point of controversy in conservation. 33. Because Mount Graham is the only place in the world where you can find the Mount Graham red squirrel. It's a protected species that lives nowhere else. The astronomers and the squirrels have to share the mountain. 32. This looks like a sci-fi movie set, but it's real. Biosphere 2. It was built to test the viability of a lunar habitat. In the early 90s, they actually locked a crew of scientists inside for 2 full years with zero outside contact to see if they could survive in a self-sustaining ecosystem. Spoiler, it was really, really hard. 31. If you go to Lake Havasu City, you will see a bridge. That isn't a replica. That is the actual London Bridge. An eccentric chainsaw magnate bought it from the City of London in 1968, took it apart brick by brick, shipped it to Arizona, and rebuilt it. It is the second biggest tourist attraction in the state. We are halfway through the blueprint of Arizona. If you are learning something new, like the fact that we have the London Bridge or that Tombstone isn't dead, do me a favor, hit that like button. And I have a question for the locals or the frequent visitors. What is the one survival tip you would give a tourist visiting Arizona in July? Drop it in the comments. I'll pin the most life-saving advice. Now, let's get back to the countdown, because we are about to head into the dead zone. Number 30. Everyone knows the Grand Canyon, but almost nobody knows about Grand Falls, also called the Chocolate Falls. Located on the Navajo Nation northeast of Flagstaff, this waterfall is actually taller than Niagara Falls. But here is the catch. It only flows at specific times, usually in March or April during snowmelt. The water carries red clay from the Painted Desert, turning the falls into a massive, thundering cascade of what looks like chocolate milk. It is a local secret and a geography masterpiece. 29. Let's talk about the saguaro. Myth bust time. You might hear that it takes 75 years to grow an arm. Actually, it can take up to 150 years for a saguaro to grow a new arm. And they live way longer than that. These are the ancient sentinels of the desert. Treat them with respect. Also, it's a felony to cut one down. 28. You think of jaguars as Amazon rainforest animals. But southern Arizona is actually home to the largest jaguar population in the United States. They are incredibly rare and elusive, wandering up from Mexico into the Sky Islands of Arizona. 27. Let's define that term. Sky Islands. These are mountains that rise up out of the desert floor, isolated from other peaks like islands in a sea of sand. And contrary to what some textbooks say, these are primarily in the Basin and Range region, not the Colorado Plateau. They create unique biospheres where you can go from cactus to pine trees in a 30-minute drive. 26. The king of the Sky Islands is Mount Lemmon. It has 3 distinct climates. You start in the desert heat, move up through grasslands and oak trees, and finish at the top in an alpine forest. In the winter, you can literally ski on Mount Lemmon in the morning and golf in Tucson in the afternoon. 25. Mount Lemmon isn't alone. Miller Peak, Mount Wrightson, and Chiricahua Peak all exceed 9,000 feet and are covered in plentiful alpine forests. Arizona isn't just a sandbox. It's a vertical world. 24. Just outside Tucson is Colossal Cave. It was a hideout for train robbers in the Old West. It's a dry cave, meaning the formations have stopped growing, but it is a massive labyrinth that goes deep into the earth. 23. Driving through the Salt River Canyon is stunning, but dangerous. It's rugged, and yes, there are salt banks and even legends of salt caves. Locals also warn about quicksand at the water's edge. It's beautiful, but watch your step. 22. California gets the credit, but Arizona has Joshua Tree forests too. You can find them along the drive to the Grand Canyon West or near Wickenburg. They are just as weird and spiky here as they are in Cali. 21. The canyon outside of Kingman. It's a rugged gateway through the Surbat Mountains. It's historic, scenic, and the main artery connecting the high desert to the low desert. 20. This is a public service announcement. If you drive from Wickiup to Wickenburg, you are entering the dead zone. For about 85% of this journey, there is no cell service, no data, no nothing. If you break down, you are reliant on the kindness of strangers or the Department of Public Safety. Bring water, blankets, and a flashlight. Do not test the desert. 19. Everyone complains about Phoenix heat, but the real champions of the thermometer are Yuma and Gila Bend. These places are consistently hotter, drier, and more intense. If Phoenix is an oven, Gila Bend is the broiler. 18. In the summer, we get walls of dust that can be a mile high. Meteorologists call them haboobs, but locals who grew up here just call them dust storms. Whatever you call them, don't drive into them. Pull over, turn your lights off, so people don't follow your taillights and hit you, and wait it out. 17. Arizona is a constitutional carry state. This means it is very common to see people openly carrying firearms in grocery stores, banks, or on the street. Don't be alarmed. It's just part of the local culture. 16. Arizona is home to the bark scorpion, the most venomous scorpion in North America. They glow under UV light. If you live here, you probably own a black light to check your shoes before you put them on. Fact 15. Kids in Arizona schools learn the 5 C's of the economy: copper, cattle, cotton, citrus, and climate. Even today, these 5 things drive much of the state's identity. 14. We have 13 species of rattlesnakes, more than any other state, but they generally want nothing to do with you. Give them space, and they'll give you a warning rattle. 13. The Mogollon Rim is a massive geological escarpment that cuts across the state. It defines the edge of the Colorado Plateau and offers some of the best camping and views in the Southwest. 12. The planet, or dwarf planet. Pluto was discovered right here in Flagstaff at the Lowell Observatory in 1930. Arizona, expanding the solar system since the 30s. 11. Lake Powell has more coastline than the entire west coast of the United States. It is a man-made reservoir, but its blue water against the red rock is surreal. 10. Driving I-10. You will see billboards for the thing for hundreds of miles. What is it? I won't spoil it. You have to take exit 322, pay the $1, and see the roadside mystery for yourself. 9. Arizona contains the longest unbroken stretch of the original Route 66. Towns like Seligman and Kingman are keeping the Mother Road alive with neon signs and classic cars. 8. We have a migratory human population called snowbirds. In the winter, the population of towns like Apache Junction and Yuma nearly doubles as retirees come down from the north to escape the snow. 7. Arizona has a stupid motorist law. If you drive around a barricade into a flooded wash and get stuck, you have to pay the bill for your rescue. Flash floods happen instantly here. Don't risk it. 6. In the 1880s, a man named James Rivas nearly stole the whole state. He forged documents claiming he owned a massive Spanish land grant that covered most of central Arizona. He was known as the Baron of Arizona and collected rents from railroads and mines until his fraud was exposed. Fact 5. The only place in the U.S. where you can stand in 4 states at once: Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. It's on Navajo land, and yes, it's a great photo op. 4. At the bottom of the Grand Canyon lives the Havasupai tribe. It is the only place in the U.S. where mail is still delivered by mule train. Helicopters help now, but the mules are still an official part of the Postal Service. 3. You think Arizona, you think heat. But in 1968, a massive storm hit Flagstaff. It dumped 8 feet of snow with 20-foot drifts in roughly 24 hours. It shut down northern Arizona completely with almost no warning. Yes, Arizona gets blizzard conditions. 2. The Grand Canyon is so big it creates its own weather. It is 277 miles long, up to 18 miles wide, and a mile deep. It is so vast that the North Rim and South Rim are only 10 miles apart as the crow flies, but it takes 5 hours to drive between them. And the number 1 fact: Arizona is arguably the most geologically diverse state. In one day, you can see the deepest canyon, the oldest inhabited village, a meteor crater, a volcanic cinder cone, a ski slope, and a cactus forest. It is the world blueprint for geological chaos. I promised you a bonus fact. In the 1850s, the U.S. Army imported camels to Arizona to serve as pack animals in the desert. The experiment failed. The camels scared the horses and were too stubborn, so they were set loose. For decades, prospectors reported seeing wild camels roaming the Arizona desert. The last wild camel was sighted in 1946. So if you see a hump in the distance, it might not be a hill. This is the World Blueprint. Subscribe to the channel and comment if we missed your hometown. Did we butcher another local pronunciation? Press the like button for more deep dives into the places you think you know. My name is Paul, and I'll see you in the next video.